Hi guys, it's Rhaenyra. So I am very interested in languages, so I decided to do a little bit of research and make a list of the 25 most spoken languages in the world. I hope you enjoy, and please don't get pissed off if I mispronounce something, because I am very, very much American. Number 25, Persian. There are approximately 56,600,000 Persian speakers worldwide. Most, if not all of them, learned it as their first language. The language holds official status in Iran, Afghanistan, and Tajikistan. Number 24, Cantonese. Approximately 62,200,000 people speak the language, the majority of them learning it as their first. Inside mainland China, it is a lingua franca in the Guangdong province and some neighboring areas, such as the eastern part of the Guangxi province. Outside mainland China, it is spoken by the major population of Hong Kong and Macau in everyday life. It is also spoken by overseas Chinese communities in Southeast Asia, such as Malaysia and Christmas Island, Canada, Brazil, Peru, Cuba, Panama, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, and the United States, where it is the third most common language in the country. Number 23, Punjabi. 62,600,000 people speak this language. It is natively spoken by the majority of the population of Pakistan. It is the 11th spoken language in India and the third most natively spoken language in South Asia. Punjabi is also currently the third most spoken language in the United Kingdom and Canada. Number 22, Korean. Approximately 66,400,000 people speak this language. It is the official language of South Korea and North Korea, as well as one of the two official languages in China's Yanbian Korean Autonomous Prefecture. Number 21, Vietnamese. Around 67,800,000 people speak this language. Vietnamese is the official national language of Vietnam. It is the native language of Vietnamese people and of about 3 million Vietnamese residing elsewhere. It is also spoken as a first or second language by many ethnic minorities of Vietnam. Number 20, Turkish. Roughly 73,200,000 people speak this language. 70 million of them learned it as their first language, while 3,200,000 learned it as a second. Turkish, also referred to as Istanbul Turkish or Anatolian Turkish, is the most widely spoken of the Turkic languages, with over 63 million native speakers. Speakers are located predominantly in Turkey, with smaller groups in Germany, Bulgaria, Macedonia, Northern Cyprus, Greece, and other parts of Eastern Europe, Caucasus, and Central Asia. Number 19, Italian. This language is spoken by about 73,400,000 people, only 200,000 more than Turkish. However, only 61,200,000 of those speakers learned it as their first language. 11,200,000 speak it as their second. Italian is a Romanic language spoken mainly in Europe, such as Italy, Switzerland, San Marino, the Vatican City, by minorities in Malta, Monaco, Croatia, Slovenia, France, Libya, Eritrea, and Somalia, and by immigrant communities in the Americas and Australia. Many speakers are native bilinguals of both standardized Italian and other regional languages. Number 18, Marathi. 74,800,000 people speak this language, 71,800,000 of them as a first. For the other 3 million speakers, it was learned as a second language. It is the official language of the Indian state of Maharashtra and is one of the 22 official languages of India. Number 17, Tamil. 76,800,000 people speak this Dravidian language. For 68,800,000 of them, it is a first language, while 8 million learned it as a second. Tamil is a language spoken predominantly by Tamil people of South India and northeast Sri Lanka. It has official status in the Indian states of Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Tamil is also a national language of Sri Lanka and an official language of Singapore and Mauritius. It is also chiefly spoken in the states of Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands as one of the secondary languages. It is one of the 22 official languages of India. Tamil is also spoken by significant minorities in Malaysia, Canada, South Africa, Fiji, Germany, the United States, the Netherlands, Mauritius, Indonesia, and Reunion, as well as immigrant communities around the world. Number 16, Wu. This language is spoken by 77,200,000 people, most of them as their first language. Major Wu dialects include those of Shanghai, Suzhou, Ningbo, Wenzhou, Hangzhou, Shaoxing, Xinhua, and Yongkang. Number 15. Telugu. Approximately 79 million people speak this language, 74 million as their first language, the other 5 million as a second. Telugu is a Dravidian language predominantly spoken in the Indian state of Andhra Pradesh, where it is an official language. It is also spoken by significant minorities in the states of Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, and in Yanam, the Union Territory of Puducherry. One of the 4 classical languages of India, Telugu ranks 3rd by the number of native speakers in India and is the most spoken Dravidian language. It is one of the 22 official languages of India. Number 14. Javanese. Not to be confused with Japanese. Javanese is the language of the Javanese people from the central and eastern parts of the island of Java in Indonesia. There are also pockets of Javanese speakers in the northern coast of western Java. It is the native language of more than 43% of the total population in Indonesia. Altogether, roughly 84,300,000 people speak the language. Number 13. Urdu. Approximately 63,400,000 people speak this language as their first, while 36,600,000 learned it as their second. Altogether, this adds up to roughly 100 million speakers. Urdu, or more precisely Modern Standard Urdu, is a standardized register of the Hindustani language that is associated with the Muslim community of Pakistan and North India. It is the national language and lingua franca of Pakistan, and an official language of 5 Indian states, one of the official 22 languages of India. Number 12. German. 111,800,000 people speak German worldwide, with 83,800,000 having learned it as their first. German is a West Germanic language related to and classified alongside English and Dutch. German is considered one of the world's major languages and is the most widely spoken first language in the European Union. Number 11. French. Approximately 118,500,000 people speak this language, sometimes referred to as the language of love. 68,500,000 people learned it as their first language, while 50 million picked it up as a second. French is a Romanic language spoken as a first language in France, the Romandy region in Switzerland, Wallonia and Brussels in Belgium, Monaco, the provinces of Quebec and New Brunswick in Canada, the American state of Maine, the Acadiana region of the American state of Louisiana, and by various communities elsewhere. Other speakers of French, who often speak it as a second language, are distributed through many parts of the world, the largest numbers of whom reside in Francophone Africa. In Africa, French is most commonly spoken in Gabon, where 80% of the population report fluency, Mauritius, 78%, Algeria, 75%, Senegal, and Côte d'Ivoire, 70%. Number 10. Japanese. 123 million people speak this language, with only 1 million of them learning it as their second language. Japanese is an East Asian language primarily spoken in Japan, where it is the national language. Number 9. Malay. Approximately 163 million people speak this language, but only 23 million of them learned it as their first language. Malay is also known as Indonesian and Malaysian, and is the national language of Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei. It is also one of the 4 official languages of Singapore. Number 8. Portuguese. Roughly 217 million people speak this Romanic language. 202 million of them learned it as their first language, while 15 million learned it as a second. It is the official language of Portugal, Brazil, Mozambique, Angola, Cape Verde, Guinea-Bissau, and São Tomé and Príncipe. Portuguese has co-official status in Macau in East Asia, East Timor in Southeast Asia, and in Equatorial Guinea in Central Africa. Also, as the result of expansion during colonial times, Portuguese speakers can be found in Goa, Daman, and Diu in India, and in Malacca in Malaysia. Number 7. Bengali. Approximately 250 million people speak this language, 193 million of them having learned it as their first. It is native to the region of eastern South Asia known as Bengal, which comprises present-day Bangladesh, the Indian state of West Bengal, and parts of the Indian states of Tripura and Assam. The national song and anthem of India, as well as the national anthem of Bangladesh, were all composed in Bengali. Number 6. Russian. 272 million people speak this language, 110 million of them having learned it as a second language. Russian is a Slavic language primarily spoken in Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan. It is an unofficial but widely spoken language in Moldova, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and to a lesser extent, the other countries that were once constituent republics of the USSR. It is the most geographically widespread language of Eurasia and the most widely spoken of the Slavic languages. It is also the largest native language in Europe, with 144 million native speakers in Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus. The language is one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations. Number 5. Standard Arabic. 353,500,000 people speak the language, with the majority of them learning it as their second language. Modern Standard Arabic, or Literary Arabic, is the standardized and literary variety of Arabic used in writing and in most formal speech. It is primarily found in the Arab League, the Middle East, Africa, and the Horn of Africa. Number 4. Hindi. There are 380 million speakers of this language worldwide. Approximately 260 million of them learned it as their first language. Hindi, or more precisely Modern Standard Hindi, is a standardized and Sanskritized register of the Hindustani language, which is Hindi and Urdu language. Hindustani is the native language of people living in Delhi, Haryana, western Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, northeastern Madhya Pradesh, and parts of eastern Rajasthan, and Hindi is one of the official languages of India. Number 3. Spanish, also called Castilian, is a Romanic language that originated in Castile, a region in Spain. Approximately 406 million people speak Spanish as a native language, making it second only to Mandarin Chinese in terms of its number of native speakers. It also has 60 million speakers as a second language and 20 million students as a foreign language. Altogether, 466 million people speak the language. Spanish is one of the official languages of the United Nations and is used as an official language by the European Union. Number 2. English. 765 million people speak English. For 335 million of those people, it is their first language, while 430 million learned it as a second. English is a West Germanic language that was first spoken in early medieval England and is now the most widely used language in the world. It is spoken as a first language by the majority of the populations of several sovereign states, including the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, and a number of Caribbean nations. It is the third most common native language in the world, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. It is widely learned as a second language and is an official language of the European Union, many Commonwealth countries, and the United Nations, as well as many world organizations. Number 1. Standard Chinese. A whopping 1,026,000,000 people speak this language. 848 million learn it as their first language, while 178 million learn it as a second. Standard Chinese, or Modern Standard Chinese, also known as Mandarin, Putonghua, Goyu, and Modern Standard Mandarin, is a standardized variety of Chinese and the official language of the People's Republic of China and the Republic of China, Taiwan, and is one of the 4 official languages of Singapore. I hope you guys enjoyed. This took me a really, really long time to put together because I actually decided to take my time editing for once. And yeah, like this video if you enjoyed, leave a comment below telling me what you think, what languages you speak, and yeah, subscribe for more stuff in the future, lists and whatnot. Yeah, thanks for watching.